everybody. So today I wanted to go over how I collect knives, one of the installments in that, and this is on carbon fiber. Now I've seen a lot of people putting up videos on like their lockbacks and their frame locks and different things like that, and I'll be throwing up some of those too, but I just like to spin things a little bit differently. And I actually happen to collect, as you can kind of see, by carbon fiber. Now, first thing I'd like to address is I'm not talking about G10 carbon fiber overlays like on the SOG here, which is, the SOG Terminus, which is a really good knife. S35VN, it's a great knife, but that's not what I'm talking about. Or like on the Spydercos, their G10 overlay. Comes in really two different types here, if you can see the difference. This one is a tighter weave, smaller weave, but looser, and this is a tighter weave with larger fibers. That's then overlaid on G10. These are great, and I like them for what they are, and they're also part of my carbon fiber collection, but that's not really what I'm addressing. And so, just so you know, I have these as carbon fiber too. And I'm not sure, I probably shouldn't be addressing these as carbon fiber, because if you look at some of the other types of carbon fiber, like your shredded carbon fiber, it is basically mixed in with a layer of G10 or a couple layers of G10 as well, if I understand correctly, and I'm sure you guys can correct me in the comments below if I'm wrong. That segues into the other types of knives I'm not talking about in terms of carbon fiber, and these are the ones with either overlays or what would you call them, appliques, inlays, that type of thing. The Kershaw Fraction here, which is just a great knife, has a layer of carbon fiber and a plate on top of the G10. It's a great knife. This is one of my favorite early knives that I've collected over the years, and probably should carry it. This one, the CRKT Thero, has a plate of carbon fiber down inside its FRN. I've gone so far as to get in there and look around, and can you see that in there? Yeah, you can see it's actually a plate of carbon fiber that is down inside the knife. It's kind of cool. I like the red pivot color on this. They're trying. It's just the darn blade steel. It's usually a problem with CRKT for some reason. And then we have the overlay here on the Kershaw Launch 12. Great little snappy auto, as you could hear there. That's incredible. Really good knife. I like it a lot. Made in the USA. And Kershaw's Launch series are generally very good knives. They come in pretty good knife steel here, CPM 154. Like them a lot. But that's not what I'm talking about, overlays. I'm talking about real plated or woven, sheeted, or acrylic carbon fiber, as you see here. Let's jump in here on Spyderco. This is the Cali. Was it Cali 3, I think it is. It's a Sanmai blade in, if I can get this to where I can even see it, ZDP 189 and 420J2 on the outside as the coating. It uses, it's one of the rarities in Spyderco, full flat plates of carbon fiber over a steel frame. So one of my rarer Spyderco pieces. I have a Farron Forge Mini Archbishop here, moving into the just pure straight shredded carbon fiber, which is just gorgeous. The way that moves is incredible. Great knife. In the same vein is the Civivi, and this is the Civivi Bow. It's a new addition to my collection in Nitro V with red shredded carbon fiber there. And again, lovely, lovely effects that creates with a silvery sheen and everything. CVV also makes the Imperium here, and it comes with silver, gold, or copper, like this one. Carbon fiber, it's a front flipper, and I've found it's also a Nitro V, and I found the sucker is just incredibly well tuned. I'm not the biggest fan of the acrylic base that they're using, but I understand why they had to do it to get the copper to show through. So, it is what it is, and I think that actually all these others are also an acrylic base, it's just done slightly differently. Moving along, SOG makes the Ultra XR. This sucker is so light, and in part because it's just basically two flat pieces of carbon fiber with the pivot assembly laid into them, and it is just one of the most fidgety and fun knives that have S35VN, great steel, pretty well made, very solid, no flex, so it's nice. I'm going to save the Benchmade's here for last. So here we have an oddball. So this is a case, and I guess it is, the C3 would be a Stockman, 3-bladed Stockman, and it's a curved back. I'm not sure if that means anything, but it's a weave between white G10 and, can you see the carbon fiber? There you go. And carbon fiber. One of the more unusual pieces of carbon fiber that I have. So, moving lastly to my Benchmades. Now, I like the way Benchmade does their base carbon fiber a whole lot. Both my bug out here and my propper, which, by the way, the propper, this one is one of the first production. I don't know what number is that sucker. It's 887 of 1200. I really like the way they do their carbon fiber. It's thick, platey like that, but it's also like satined, so it's not glossy. It's a very nice carbon fiber. And then, of course, you know, the Benchmade Tango with its shredded white and black carbon fiber is just really fun to look at. Now, this is with the Damascus blade, and I think it's called the Fenris pattern, which means, you know, winter wolf, more or less, the Norse wolf that would be at the end of the world. And one of the reasons that I find that interesting is I can't help but look at some of these Gestalt type figures and just see wolf heads in here all the time when I'm looking at it. I can't see it right now. Yeah, there we go. Kind of see that one right there? See that little head and the body? Anyway, I just find that fascinating because the blade is what's supposed to be the Fenwolf, but I'm actually finding the carbon fiber has some interesting things. I agree with Middle Complex. The biggest downside of this knife is that darn lock interface, which just makes you stick your finger in there. Yeah. So, well, there you have it. That is pretty much all, if not all, of my carbon fiber knives, and that is just one of the ways I collect. This has been Patrick. Bye.